Is that on? Okay, that's on. So, today we are in, don't mind me, hold on. That's my script. We are in Matthew 22:21. They say unto him, oh, sorry, we have to start from verse 19. Sorry about that. Matthew 22, verse 19. Context behind this is that the Pharisees asked Jesus, is it lawful to pay taxes? And so he told them, bring me a coin, basically. Bring me tribute money. And that's what we're going to read about there now in verse 19. Show me the tribute money. And they brought unto him a penny. And then said unto them, whose is this image and subscription? They said unto him, Caesar's. Then said he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar's the things that are Caesar's, and unto God the things that are God. You read the text, and I wrote that, and a lot of andums. Hold on, we're going down to the script actually. And so Jesus states, render unto Caesar what's Caesar, and unto God what's God. The hidden question here is, whose image is on you? Because if Caesar's image is on Caesar's coin, then it belongs to Caesar. But whose image is on you? Well, we get the answer to this in Genesis 1:26. Let us make man in our likeness and in our image. It means that God's image is on you. It means that you belong to God. And so what does that mean? Give yourself to God because you belong to God. Paul talks about how you were bought with a great price and how you should render yourself unto God. And that's the amazing thing. That is just one thing I want to talk about for a second here before we enter the second part of this, which is steps to give yourself to God. When God created you, He created you with a plan, a purpose. He created you wonderfully and spectacularly. You are one of God's greatest creations. Look outside and look how beautiful the world is. And look in yourself in the mirror. Understand that God designed you to be more beautiful than the entire world He created, and to even rule over the nature itself. He gave you dominion to rule over everything, to rule with Him essentially. And that's really one thing I want to talk about. For all those out there that are struggling with your self-image, with anxiety, or with voices telling you you're worthless, remember Genesis 1:26. You are made in the image of God. So give yourself to God. Matthew tells you to come boldly to God. To give yourself to God, how? Boldly. If you have drifted away, come boldly. You've sinned, come boldly. You're new, come boldly. You're in disobedience, come back to Him. How? Boldly. Give yourself to Him. How? Give yourself to God boldly. Do not let these lies that the enemy tells you, that you are too far gone and that you are broken, that you're a broken project. Because you need to understand, one thing the enemy understands is that you and I, we cannot lose our salvation. So he will get you to forfeit it instead by telling you you're too far gone. He is both the one that creates an excuse for sin and then accuses you after you fall into sin. That's why it's so important to understand. Keep coming to God boldly. Keep rendering yourself and giving yourself unto God boldly, because He loves you. He made you with a purpose. And how are you going to know your purpose if you don't come and don't surrender yourself to the one that gave you that purpose and made you for that purpose? It's truly the most wonderful thing. Once you comprehend this, it becomes the most wonderful thing. Because how do I put this? The creator of everything says that you are more precious than all of the things He created. Look at space. Look at the wonders of space. God says you're more beautiful than the wonders of space. I mean, come on, that has to mean something. You look outside into the world, you look at the beauty. Have you seen how beautiful nature is? You look at how beautiful nature is. And then God tells you, you are more precious and you are more beautiful. You are more perfect than nature. You are more perfect than all of my creation. You are so perfectly made, in fact, that I give you dominion to rule. That has to mean for something in our lives. And once you understand that, you'll be in a perpetual state of awe at the love that God has for us. Now I'm going to enter into the second part of this, which is the steps to give yourself to God. This is actually the steps to give myself to God that I'm working on. Because after I understood the fact that He loves me so much, that He basically told me, go forth and rule everything, it changed my perspective on so many things. It truly just, the happiness you get when you understand that it's unmatched. No amount of anything can make you feel the type of happiness you feel after that. And so, this is the steps that I personally do to give myself to God. Speaking scripture out loud. Proclaiming scripture. The power of life and death from the tongue. Speak life from the tongue, not death. You can condemn yourself with the things that you say, just like you can bless yourself with the things that you say. So I try to speak out scripture out loud when I'm tempted. I try to speak out scripture when I sit down to read it. I try to speak out scripture when I speak to people. Even when I'm walking down the road, I speak out scripture. Believe me, nobody's looking at you. At first I thought that, damn, I'm gonna think I'm crazy. I was like, wait a second. Ain't nobody looking at me. So let me just speak out my scripture in peace. That's the first thing I do. The second thing I do is surrendering any idol. And this is also a big thing. You cannot give yourself to God fully if you have an idol before Him. And listen, one thing about surrendering any idols is understanding the fact that, I'm going to use an analogy actually, right? I'm going to use an analogy that I heard a couple days ago. So, imagine there's a hairdresser, right? Not a hairdresser even. Imagine there's a wardrobe, okay? And in that wardrobe, you have all of your beautiful clothes. All of your favorite clothes, right? And then you say, I like this clothes the best. I love this piece of outfit more than every other piece of outfit. But then it rains outside, so now I have to switch to rain gear. So all of a sudden, you don't love that one more because you're picking something else over it. It's the same thing with God. God doesn't want to be number one in your life. He wants to own that very life. He doesn't want to be the outfit you love most. He wants to be the dresser. He wants to be the wardrobe. He doesn't want to be the pen that you write your page on. He wants to be everything for you. And that's how you surrender any idol. By looking into your life and telling yourself, if God told me to stop this right now, will I stop it? It's that simple. It's the simplest question. If God told me to quit fighting right now, would I quit fighting? Would I give up my sport right now if God told me to give up my sport? Would I stop listening to music right now if God told me no more music rest of my life? And if the answer is no, then I'm sorry to tell you, but as much as you might try to gaslight yourself, that's an idol. Third thing that I struggle with a lot is doom scrolling. I'm replacing doom scrolling with other helpful habits like working around the house, studying a garden, all that other stuff. Because ultimately, doom scrolling is horrible. You're squandering the time that God gives you to mindlessly on your phone, to mindlessly consume content you're not going to remember. You can't tell me that that's Instagram reel you scrolled on. You can't tell me that that's YouTube video you watched, that that's YouTube short that you watched, that that's meme you sent you. You can't tell me that. But what I can tell you is 2 Timothy 1:7 that I read yesterday. What I can tell you is Psalms 4:4 that I read this morning. Do you get what I'm coming to? Praying before sleeping and 15 to 10 minutes of silent time with God. These are also 2 huge things. Praying before sleeping and silent time. In your silence time with God, you are allowing the person who created you with a purpose to speak to you. Understand that God isn't this scary God all the way over here away from the camera. I'm talking all the way back here. And He's playing with everybody like they're puppets. And He's this evil guy with all these rules. No. God is this loving Father, this loving Creator that wants you and that needs you to spread His kingdom, that needs you to establish His kingdom on earth. When you pray to our Father who is in heaven, hallowed be Thy name, Thy kingdom come, Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. His will is done through what? His will is done through you. And that's what it's talk about today. This means so much to me. Because when you understand the fact that you were made with a purpose and that the person who made the sun says that you are more beautiful than the sun, it's truly impossible. It's impossible to feel sad after that. Because in those times I instantly remember, wait a second, dude, solar system, He says I'm beautiful, more beautiful than the solar system. I know I'm rambling on and on and on, but I'm just so passionate about this, and I really want to get my point over and get my passion over even to someone across the screen. So that's what I'm talking about today. I hope this helps somebody out there. Have a blessed day, everybody.